Hi, our lesson today is about simplifying radical expressions, but we will talk especially about the square root, radical of the second degree, like square root of a times the square root of b, you have to remember that, equals square root of ab, and then square root of a over b equals square root of a over square root of b. Also, square root of a squared equals a, since a times a equals a squared. Remember this one, and let's start solve. In number one, we need to find the square root of 80. So you have either find the prime factors of 80 like this, 80. You will make it over 2 equals 40, over 2 equals 20, over 2 equals 10, over 2 equals 5, then over 5 equals 1. Then we have prime factors 2, 2, 2, 2, and 5. To get the square root, you have from each two numbers, you take only one. So you have one here and one here. So 2 times 2 equals 4. So the square root of this one is 4 root 5 because this only one 5. So it's going to be 4 root 5. Or you can do it like this. Square root 80 equals square root 8 times 10 equals square root 2 times 4 times 2 times 5. So in this case, you have to get the square root. We know that these are two twos, so we'll take one. And then 4, the square root of 4 is 2 also. So 2 times 2 equals 4. So it's gonna be 4 square root 5. Let's solve example number 2. In example number 2, we will make it directly square root of 54. 54 equals 6 times 9. Also, we know that 6 equals 2 times 3 and 9. So it's going to be 2 times 3 times 9. And we know that square root of 9 equals 3. So it's going to be 3 and square root 2 times 3, which is 6. In example number 3, we have square root 5 times square root 10. We can make it as only one root. It will be 50, square root of 50. 5 times 10 equals 50. Also, we can make it 2 times 25, which is 5 times 5. Or we know that the square root of 25 is 5. So it's going to be 5 square root 2. In example number 4, we have numbers and symbols. Let's see how to solve it. Actually, we know before that 90 equals 9 times 10. So and x to the power of 3. Take care, if the power is odd, so take one alone. It's gonna be x times x to the power of 2. To be power even and power odd, to leave this power inside the root. Then y to the power of 4, already the exponent is even, so leave it as it is. Z to the power of 5 we will make as z times z to the power of 4. So let's start to find the square root. In the first one, 9 times 10. 9 has a square root which is 3, but 10 doesn't have square root. So leave it inside the square root. So 9 get outside and 10 will stay. Here, x and x to the power of 2. Power of 2, exponent 2, it's even. So 2 divided 2 gonna be 1. So it will be x to the power of 1. And x will stay inside the root. For y to the power of 4 will go out the root because the power is even. So it's gonna be y to the power of 2. And z, we have z will still inside the root, and z to the power of 4 will be z to the power of 2. Now, what is inside the root? We have 10x z. So it's 3x y to the power of 2 z to the power of 2 square root of 10x z. Let's take the second one. In the second example, we know that 56 equal 7 times 8 and x still x because the power is 1. Y to the power of 10, leave it as y to the power of 10 because the power is even. Now z to the power of 5 will be z times z to the power of 4 to make it even. And then let's make another time because we know that 8 equals 2 times 4 and we know that we have square root of 4 which is 2 outside. Then we will take 2 outside, it will be 2, because of 4 would be outside 2. Square root of 4 is 2. Then y to the power of 10, 10 divided 2 equals 5, so y to the power of 5, because the power even. And we have z will stay inside the root, So z to the power of 4, 4 divided 2 equals 2, so it will be z to the power of 2. And inside the root, we will have 7 times 2, which is 14 directly. 7 times 2, that's 2 and 7. Z, so the answer would be 2y to the power of 5, z to the power of 2, square root of 14z. In example number 6, we have a square root of fraction 35 over 15, so we can simplify inside the root. 35 equals 5 times 7 and 15 equals 3 times 5. So we can cancel 5 with 5, so the answer would be square root of 7 over 3. It's also equal square root of 7 over square root of 3. Let's go to example number 7. Example number 7, actually we have in the denominator 3 plus root 5. So we use something called conjugate. Conjugate of denominator is 3 minus root 5. So we will multiply both by 3, numerator and denominator, by 3 minus root 5. It's called the conjugate of the number. So if the number is 3 minus root 5, then the conjugate will be 3 plus root 5. Actually, we change the sign between the number and the root. So how to multiply this? So in the denominator, 1 times 3 minus root 5, it will be the same because it's 1. And here, 3 plus root 5 and 3 minus root 5. Take care. Do you remember the difference between the square, which is x minus and x plus y? It's the same as x squared minus y squared. Difference of two squares gives me x minus y, x plus y. So this 3 plus 5 and 3 minus 5, it's going to be 3 times 3, 9. Square root of 5 times square root of 5 equals square root of 25, which is 5. Then it will be 3 minus square root 5 over 9 minus 5 equal 4. So it's the same as if you divide 3 over 4 minus 5 over 4. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to make subscribe. Thank you. Bye.